I'm going to use these little South Park characters to describe 2x4 pair programming rotation, which is a pair programming rotation schedule that ensures that everyone pairs with everyone else on a consistent basis, and also minimizes the risks of having long-term owners or experts in a particular area, and really forces the entire team to learn all of the features of the application that they're working on. So we have Adam, Brian, Carrie, and Doug. They're on 2 different workstations, and it's day 1 of a project. It doesn't have to be day 1, you can adopt this anytime. So it's day 1, and everyone pairs all day, working on 2 different feature sets in parallel. On day 2, they keep working. Something interesting happens though on the morning of day 3. We're going to have 2 people rotate. And because this is the 3rd day of a project, or the 3rd day of 2 different feature sets, it doesn't really matter who it is, but we're going to have Doug and Brian rotate. And we have an interesting situation now where we have essentially 2 newbies and 2 experts on these 2 parallel feature sets, because they're going to pair all day on day 3, and they're going to pair all day on day 4. Doug and Brian have been on the project for 2 days each. Adam and Carrie, though, they've been on these 2 feature sets for 4 days, and they're essentially the experts on these 2 feature sets now. But now, on the morning of day 5, we're going to rotate again. And this is where the real 2x4 rotation schedule emerges as a pattern, because the people who rotate are always the experts. It's going to be really tempting for them to want to stay. They've been on these 2 feature sets for 4 days. They're probably going to want to see them to the end if they're not done already. They really probably want this ownership. It's human nature to want that, but it's really important that they don't stay. And also interesting is that Doug and Brian, when Carrie and Adam rotate off those feature sets, they're now the new experts, having been on these feature sets for 2 days each. They're really going to have to step up their game. They're going to have to really lead Adam and Carrie in this case through these new features. But it always works out. It really forces everyone to learn the feature sets really well, and you avoid the knowledge silos that often arise in most projects. So anyway, they're going to pair all day on day 5. They're going to pair all day on day 6. But on the morning of day 7, we're going to rotate again. And as always, it's always going to be the experts, because Doug and Brian, now they've been on these features for 4 days each, and they're definitely the experts at this case. But we're going to pop off the experts. Now the newbies are the new experts, the former experts are the new newbies, and we just keep going. They pair all day on day 7, pair all day on day 8, and guess what happens on day 9? We're going to rotate again. And as always, it's the experts that pop off, and the newbies become the new experts. And now here's something interesting. Assuming that these feature sets are very large, have many stories, essentially we've been working on them for 9 days, which is almost 2 pair weeks. Carrie and Doug and Adam and Brian are paired up again in the same spots they were at the beginning of the project. Carrie and Adam are both former experts on these feature sets, but Brian and Doug are the new experts on these 2 feature sets. And I could go through the rest of the days, but you see the pattern. Every 2 days the experts pop off and the newbies step up, and that's 2x4 pair programming rotation.